for my video, we are gonna make some tinfoil dinners.
First, we start a fire to get a good coal bed going so we can cook our tinfoil dinners. For the vegetables, I'll be using potatoes, onions, red and green peppers, and carrots. First, I start by chopping up all the vegetables. I chop them into pretty good sized chunks so that they can cook all the way through, but they don't cook fast enough that they just burn to the tinfoil once we've put them in the fire. I like to use a double layer of tinfoil to make sure that it is strong enough to withstand the heat of the coals. Once I've got the double layer of tinfoil down, I spray it with a non-stick cooking spray so that the vegetables don't cook to the tinfoil. I start layering on the vegetables. It doesn't really matter what order you layer them in. I like to start with onions because the flavoring from the onions will go into the other vegetables as well as into the meat. Once I have layered on the vegetables, I add in the meat. For my meat, I chose to use hamburger because I like the texture of it and I like the way that the vegetables can cook into it. If you prefer to use chicken or steak, those work great as well. Once I have the hamburger in, I add the spices to the hamburger. I typically go pretty simple, so for this one, I'm going salt, pepper, a Cajun seasoning, and a seasoning made for hamburgers and steak. You can spice it up any way you want. After I've added the spices to the meats, I then add another layer of the vegetables on top, starting with the onions. Now that we have all of our ingredients on the tinfoil, we wrap it up to be placed in the fire. I start by folding over both ends of the tinfoil, and then I roll the ends that are open in order to prevent any sort of coals or soot from getting into the food. Once I have done that, I then flip it over and wrap it in a third layer of tin foil in order to close off the opening. And now the tinfoil dinners are ready to be put in the fire. We place the tinfoil dinners on top of the hot coals and let them sit for about 15 minutes. After they've cooked on the hot coals for 15 minutes, we flip them over and let them cook for another 15 minutes. Once the tinfoil dinners have had time to cook for about 30 minutes on the hot coals, we pull them out and check them.
Thanks for watching.